Okay, I'm here with Michael Goldstein, who's just registered at CPAC, and he's ahead of me because the line for media registration is pretty long already. Michael, what brings you to CPAC this year?
Well, I thought it was time for me to come. My wife came last year. She was a candidate for Congress, and she just came back raving about this conference.
So this is your first CPAC?
Yes, it is.
What district did your wife run in?
Ohio District 11, which is basically inner city Cleveland, inner city Akron, and 30 other municipalities in Northeast Ohio.
Tough place for a Republican. But
Yes,
then
it
again,
is.
I live in Massachusetts, which the whole state is a tough place for a Republican.
Well, she got twice as many votes against her opponent as any Republican had gotten in the past, or in fact any Democrat running a primary against her. So,
well, you got to walk before you run. Cannoli? Have some cannoli. All right. Well, we're heading off to lunch actually, but so this is your first CPAC. Is there a particular person you're looking to see and looking to hear? Is there someone that you're excited to see this year?
I want to hear all of them, and I want to go to all the booths. I'd like to hear the Vice President. I'd like to hear Mr. Trump, but I've heard him several times. My wife opened 2 of his rallies in Northeast Ohio with invocations, and I'm obviously not going to have a one-on-one conversation with him today, but things are so dynamic and changing every day. I want to see what he's saying today.
All right, now this is a question I've been asking all CPAC attendees. It's 3 or 4 questions. Now, were you with Trump from the start, or were you with a different candidate? For example, I was a Cruz guy during the primaries myself. Did you have a different candidate during the primaries?
My wife and I were delegates for Ted Cruz.
All right, so you're a Cruz person like myself. When did you decide to support Trump in the general election?
Well, I always knew that if he were the candidate, I'd support him.
So once the nomination was his,
Oh, yes.
it was Trump. That was
Absolutely.
it. And what have you thought of him so far as president? We've had 32 days. What do you think so
Well,
far?
let me back up a little. Before he was the candidate, the nominee, I talked to his people in Cleveland, where we're from, and I said, I don't understand what Mr. Trump is about. I don't know how he feels about any of the issues because he's 2 miles long and 1 inch deep. He doesn't go into anything and tell us what he's going to do, and I'm not comfortable with it.
All right.
But since he's come into office, I've been working from home a lot. I've had Sean Spicer's press conference on every day. I like what Mr. Trump's been doing very, very much.
Is there a particular thing you want to see him get done? Is there one issue that really makes the difference for you?
One issue that impacts our congressional district is in Charlotte, candidate Trump gave a good speech about his promises, what he wants to do to bring back the inner cities. And that was my wife's plan also, almost the same thing. And I want to see him do that. And I feel our job now is to convince people in the inner city. We want them to vote for Mr. Trump in 2020, which didn't really happen this time. And we have to convince them, number 1, he's not a racist, which he is not. And number 2, that here are his promises, here's what he said he's going to do. We have to get rid of the poverty, and the only way to do that is to bring back manufacturing. And here's his scorecard. We're going to hold his feet to the fire and make sure he does it. That's our number 1 issue. But I'm a national security person, very concerned about foreign policy. I did 30 years in the intelligence community, 30-year Navy veteran. I've got issues across the board, and he seems to be dealing with most of them the way I like.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure.